Okay, so what are we gonna hit?
New T100 we're gonna test.
This is a stock offering from Titleist, so there's no upcharge. T100 is very small, which I like.
The guy that's gonna play this, someone who wants some feedback, wants something that's small, that gets through the turf really well, that you can hit golf shots with, but maybe isn't a perfect ball striker.
It's a guideline, it's a place to start.
Yeah.
Generally, if somebody's looking at something like this, you're finding somebody that wants a small, compact blade. It does not inspire as much confidence as something bigger. Generally, it's going to be for a very low handicap or somebody who follows who finds the center club face. For Titleist stuff specifically,
you're looking at that.
This is something that I'd look for.
So that's T100, and like it was fairly long. I mean, I think longer because we were pulling that a little bit.
Yeah, I was deliberately trying to keep it open. I don't know. I mean, I actually like the look of it. I think that's probably the one that I like the look of the best. But I also like really tiny club heads. So this one is the T150.
So this is 150. So yeah.
This is interesting because this is what they needed in the lineup. They didn't have this 2 years ago.
For sure.
And there really was a gap between the 100 and the 200.
Yeah.
And the 150, 100, 150, 200. The 150 really fit the
bridge that.
Bridge the gap, fit the profile, the size. Slightly bigger, still a nice thin top line. Little bit more length, heel to toe.
I think for everybody that knows too, right? It's an AP2, right? I mean,
it's an AP2,
which we as soon as this lineup came out, I kind of realized, I went, oh, they got rid of it. And honestly, as most of you guys know too, AP2 since its inception was one of the most popular title signs on the market.
I had the first ones.
There you go.
They were awesome.
They were awesome, right? And they only got better. And I think like the last set of them that I had was 718. They were good for me. They were never great. I never built them. It was pre-Smash Factory. I just never really had a great relationship. But that was just the build. That wasn't the product. The product was great. That's why I fell in love with them, and then moved away from them. But I think T150 is something that you're going to see a lot of people play because AP2 is still a huge tour product, right? Tons of guys on tour played AP2. Even though it's more forgiving, it's a larger profile, it was something that a lot of people really like the look of. And they've gotten smaller over the last 10 years too, AP2s. So this is, from what I've heard, this is like a 714 mold of an AP2 with T100 or T series forgiveness and kind of consistency. So
all right, you want to tag it? Let's give it a smack.
Exactly.
So yeah, so at first glance, I'm looking down at it. Top line slightly thicker than T100. Still, it's not obnoxious.
Good.
It's small.
So it should go a little higher. We should be able to kind of have a little bit of a different launch condition for you. I mean, again, you pulled those a little bit, but 17 degrees of launch, which is exactly what you should get out of 34 degrees of loft or 33. So we'll see what we get out of T150 here.
Okay, you ready for me?
I am ready for you.
All right.
Always ready for you. Good.
And again, I'm flipping them shut.
Just aim right for me.
Yeah, I will. And it's funny, for some reason, maybe it's this shaft.
You're just a little stiff.
But I'm a little stiff, and my body's not moving as well, so I'm kind of flipping them shut.
Yeah. And I mean, again, so what we see there is kind of what we expected. The fastest one with the 100 was in the 128 ball speed range. That was 130. So uptick in distance. We saw the spin come down, 5,700 or 5,600 spin there. Efficiency go up. It's kind of what we expected.
All right, let me give you another one. Try and keep it on the golf course.
Let's try not to hit a big pull hook.
You got it.
Oh. Okay, that's okay. A little thin. Let's see what that does.
Really bad.
Okay,
my body is not moving. Okay, so that was really bad.
So Matt today needs T350s. No, I'm just
and I need to tee everything up, and I need to play an even larger golf ball.
Yeah, there you go, exactly.
Oh, I'm moving. I'm stiff, bud.
No, that's all right, right? So I mean, again, like this is where forgiveness-wise, right? I mean, he thinned that on the forehead and got 185 yards out of it, right? I mean, carried 166, so it's plugging into the face of a bunker on a par 3.
Yep.
But it was fairly forgiving in that sense. That golf shot should not have got 185 yards.
All right, let me try and stop.
Just
stop the lefts.
So much, yeah. There you go.
There, that was a bit more
You
golf
actually
ball.
look like you moved there.
Yeah, I'm trying hard. I'm trying hard.
Great ball.
So that felt like a cut.
So really good though. I mean, again, let's look at that. So 128.6 ball without shutting that face down. Spin again is a few hundred RPMs lower than what we see with T100. So again, that's another thing too, is if you're a T100 guy, but you spin it too much and you don't want to reduce the loft, you don't want to play a very hard golf ball, maybe this is what you go to. They don't look that much different. They're not that much different as a profile when you put them down. It'd be something that maybe you want to bring that spin down a little bit, change your launch conditions and hit it a little further or more consistently. So again.
But as we're seeing, right, we should see less spin, more launch as we go to the bigger heads. So
you know what? The nice thing for me as a fitter is it did what I guessed, right? It did what they told us it was going to do, right? I mean, that's where if there's all these surprises, then it's hard to fit somebody into a lineup. But when you know what they're going to do, it's very easy to look at someone and go, hey, you know what? This needs to happen. This is the iron that's going to do that. Then figuring out how to make sure that you hit it like that every single time. So anyways, let's move on. Let's go to T200. This is one that's probably going to be I would argue that, I said T150 is going to be really popular. T150 is really popular for a subsect of better players, right? T200 is going to be their most popular iron.